Hey guys, it's Tarkhis from TarkhisGaming. Today I'm going to show you how to make a pig and or cow farm.
It also has an auto cooker that is built in where the cooked meats will come out down here. So first I'm going to show you, it has two different rooms. The lower room is where the cooker is and the cooked meat comes out, and the upper room is the actual farm. So the idea for this farm is you come over to the button here, press the button, and half of the pigs or cows will drop down. This is where you would feed them so that they breed again, so that the next time you're here you have a high number of pigs. Once they've dropped down, you check, make sure it's on first. Lava's there, so it's on. Then you come over and you press this button. It'll push the pigs through the fire. They'll burn to death, and it'll drop cooked meat for you. So once they all die, you just step in, take your cooked meat. Usually you have to do it twice just to make sure that they all go through. Once they've all died, you can collect all your cooked meat. And then if you come over to this side, this is the safety shutoff. So if you press this, there's a dispenser up there that will take in the lava, and then it'll prevent you from spreading any fires if you're worried about that. So now I'm going to show you how to build this. First thing you're going to want to do is build your chute for the pigs to fall down when they start cooking. So I'm just going to build a little entryway here, and you're going to want to have a half slab so that the pigs, while they're burning, can't jump out and try to get away. You're also going to want to make sure that it's deep enough so that they can't jump back up to where your lava is. Once you have that, you're going to want to build a 4-block long pathway directly leading away from it, and you're going to want to put 2 pistons at the end of this. This back piston has to be a sticky piston. This front piston does not. It's just simple because I have it out already. Directly in front of those pistons, you're going to want to build another little pathway coming off that's two blocks long, and on the back of it you're going to want a piston. Again, this doesn't have to be a sticky piston, it's just easy because I have it out already. Once you have that set up, you're going to want to build your walls around it so that the pigs or cows, depending what you're using it for, can't escape. You're going to want to build that all the way around. Once you have that, you're going to want to make sure that you have a sign. This sign is to make sure that the lava doesn't go down this way. Next, you're going to want to set up your redstone torches. So you're going to have one directly below this front piston so that it's by default powered. And then you're going to want one here. This is what's used to unpower it once it's extended. Once you have that set up, you can go ahead and build this up a bit so that you're ready for your lava when it comes down. You're going to need a half slab here. A half slab directly above this extended one so that when the pigs are being trapped in here, they don't try to jump out on top of this piston arm. So you put an upside down half slab there. And then here is where you can put your dispenser. This is the dispenser that's going to hold the lava, and it's also going to be used for your safety shutoff. So once you have that, I need to get a bucket of lava, I guess, so that I can put it in there. Once you have that, you can put your lava in there, and then cover it up, and that's all you'll need that for. Once you have that set up, you can start building your redstone connections. So I'm going to want to build a little ladder down here. And then you're going to want another one coming down from the back here. I'm going to build most of my redstone up in the air, but of course you can have it lower down so that this is dug down a bit so that it's all on ground level. You're going to want a redstone repeater facing away from this redstone torch. It's just so that the signals don't get crossed with the other redstone torch. Let me just get this one out of the way. Once you have that, you're going to want to lower it down a block. And this is going to have to go to a pulse generator. The whole purpose of this, I don't want that lower down a block, never mind. The whole purpose of this is so that when this piston goes off and this retracts, it'll generate a pulse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook that up here. You're going to want a repeater that goes into a block here. This block is going to have a redstone torch beside it, and then it's going to come around. You'll have redstone coming out there, another block, and then a redstone torch. This is going to be a pulse generator, as I said, so that when this torch goes off, this will go off and will trigger this block to go forward. You're going to want to set this one to the longest possible delay so that when it goes off, it does have a longer pulse. Once coming out, that long pulse there is not enough, so you're going to need to hook this up to a pulse extender. I'm just going to use the most basic one I can think of, and that is simply just have redstone coming out, and then have one redstone repeater, and then two redstone repeaters, and then hook this all up to your bridge going up. What this does is when the redstone pulse comes to this one, it'll send it through here, but this one will be delayed going through this one. So you'll want to set the second repeater in this line to the farthest back delay, and that'll give it enough delay where this all works out. So you want to run that redstone up here. It's getting night, so give me a second so that I can get some light on this. That's better now that we have some light. So to finish off this circuit, all you're going to want to do is hook up this pulse generator to this redstone torch here. What you're going to want to do is bring a line of redstone leading from the pulse generator and have it come around the side, and then end with two. You're going to want to bring this out so that it doesn't cross, and then you're going to want to end it with two repeaters, and you can leave them on their first tick. Now that that circuit's done, you'll want to come around and do this circuit. All you're going to need for this one is the same pulse sustainer you had here, but slightly different. So if you bring it, you're going to want a repeater and then a double repeater. Need an extra block here. But you're going to want each of these first ones on their second tick so that it gives time for this piston to retract before this one extends. Once you have that set up, you can fill in your redstone wire. And then you're going to want to set this last one to the last tick so that it will stay extended. And then all you have to do is hook this up to your button. So if I was to put a button at the end here, then I'd want the other side of this wire to come down and going to this redstone torch. So all I have to do is hook the redstone up to that one and bring it down along so that it hooks up to that one. Now if I press it, that's the killing mechanism. So all I have to do now is build this up. So this is where the pigs will fall down. That means you're going to want a 4 long section here, and you're going to want to build up some walls because there's going to be water flowing here. Once you have that, you're going to want to make sure you have a sign at the end so that the water doesn't flow down. And then you want to grab your water bucket and put the water in. And then you'll want to go up 2 blocks. So you'll want one layer here and then another layer above it. On this second layer, you're going to want to put in the trapdoors. These trapdoors will go right here. You want to extend this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you have 4 on this side and then 4 trapdoors. I have 5, but you can use either one. And this way actually I want to get rid of this one because I don't want them dropping straight down or else they're going to take damage. So what I'm going to want to do is move this up another block because my sign is there. So I'm going to need to move this up so that my trapdoors are here. And then my blocks are here. And now it's 4 and 4. I'll fill in the back wall. And then this is your actual farm part of it. So this is where the pigs or cows will be held. If you're doing it, you want to make sure that you have the roof lined with half slabs, especially with pigs because they can fit through a single block space. So when you have this coming out here, you're going to want to line the bottom of this with the half slabs. That way the pigs aren't able to escape. Now all you have left to do is hook up the redstone to these trapdoors. So you'll need 4 of them, and then you're going to need a repeater going into each one, and your line of redstone behind them so that it will power each of the repeaters. Once you have that set up, you just need to hook it up to a button, and this button is what controls your trapdoors, and the pigs will fall through. So when I press that, the pigs will fall through, they'll fall down into the feeder, and they'll go through. So I'm just going to grab some spawn eggs here. I'll spawn some pigs to make sure this is all working. If I press this button, if I press this button, they'll fall down. As you can see, the pigs have now fallen down into here. So now before you test it, you're going to want to come over to this side and install your your shutoff. So if I were to have my button at this height, you're going to want your redstone behind it. Actually, I'll move it out a block. You're going to want your redstone behind it, and then a torch. You're going to want to use this as a vertical power, and that way, when you press the button, I need a button there. That way when you press the button, it will send the lava out. So now if I look up, why isn't that working? Oh, I forgot my redstone there. So now if I press the button, the lava will come down, and between this sign and the piston behind, it won't go anywhere. So now I drop this down, and I press this button. It'll send the pig through the feeder.
If you liked it, please thumb up, and if you really liked it, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.